Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwagu, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You look at the Saints defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Completes this to Addison out left.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On first down, they'll run with Nwagu. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. With the Vikings at 3-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On second down, here's Nwagu.
Fighting down past the 45. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Addison will go in motion left.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
This defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Back to throw, Hall.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
And a little little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A pick six on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away at their timing.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Carr to throw again.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. To throw his Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Chris Olave, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
These two teams all tied after one. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. They'll go right back to the Nwangu. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's Hall. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now they'll audible to something else. Hall. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
On play action, it's Carr.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. A solid stiff arm.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints have taken the lead.
In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away.
Touchdown, Vikings! Kenny Nwangu with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Jet sweep, Carr bats it forward. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Carr now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
A try here for the extra point. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. On the draw, it's Nwangu, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
2nd and 9. Here's Hall.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Hall. They're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Hall to throw it.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. In motion, the tight end.
Now it's Hall. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing here is Hall. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. So now this to get themselves a lead here heading into the break. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Saints 20.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr
going to try and throw on third down.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the left sideline. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
Carr will look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah.
Set now to kick this away, and off it goes.
Longer now for his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Hall.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's the backup Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Handoff right side to Wangu.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 10.
Play action now. Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Osborne.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Cousins on 1st down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
And Kamara with a carry on 1st down, but this defense on him in a hurry, and he'll wind up losing a couple.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
To throw, it's Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Going to be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And he'll
take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after here coming up. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On second down, Cousins again. Addison hauls it in. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 6. Exit 3rd and 4.
To throw is Cousins. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Anthony Barr. Down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Vikings 21.
Now the owner is happy with that one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he'll be stopped right there at the 31. And they're going to speed things up here. First down. Here's Cousins. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins now. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Kamara there with a 1st down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Carr's throw caught by Olave. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
What took you so long? You got caught.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Kamara try the right side. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the
It's a foot race.
down the right sideline. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
A big play there for Minnesota.
And even 40 yards.
A first down throw for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line. What now?
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll start with a give to Kamara. A nice little juke.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Again, it's Kamara. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Carr going to look to throw.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A give to Kamara running right. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Saints, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before the
best in this game for a minute. If I want it, then I'ma go get it. Ain't no asking, you know I'ma spin it. I don't go back and forth like it's tennis. I'm in mode, I've been locked on a mission. Cupid G, I ask God as my witness. I'm not pressing my bro off suspicion. Never pressing my bro off suspicion. She from Nola, she got superstition. I'm not waiting and hoping and wishing. I'm not stopping, I'm balling relentless. I'm a stepper, I'm standing on business. In the rumors, I'm minding my business. I'm a tutor, teach you how to get it. I tap in with the ones in your city. We make movies, we all the way with it.
Point 'em out, 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 point 'em out. Watch 'em panic. Got 2 chains on, I'm too late. Got 1 watch on my wrist. I'm round and I'm getting it. I'm young, but I ain't ignorant. They keep asking who the hell you think you are. Him, 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 and him. They keep asking who the hell you think you is. Him, 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 and him.
I told the people, yes, I'm him. I did the impossible, but I'm not Kim. Gotta be by the escalator. Him on the rim, hit the butter with a blitz. We gon' study this film. I ain't gotta say nothing. Ain't always for real. Country, trying to give me a meal. You want you some violence. You got you a deal. Mr. Bushwick, Bill, tell me how you feel. No, I'm not from Dallas, but yes, I'm a cowboy. We them boys. We making loud noise. Stay fresh today. I be looking like a house. Got a defensive line that'll make them sit down. Feel like a D-lineman, but still making touchdowns. Beat them in their hometown. I ain't here now one time. I've been a big bully since I was on the playground. Now I'm all grown up and I still don't play around.
Point 'em out, 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 point 'em out. Watch 'em panic. Got 2 chains on, I'm too late. Got 1 watch on my wrist. I'm round and I'm getting it. I'm young, but I ain't ignorant. They keep asking who the hell you think you are. Him, 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 and him. They keep asking who the hell you think you is. Him, 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 and him.
Real.
Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really give truth, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian. It's about to get critical, it's moment is pivotal. Here to feed the streets, they say my influence umbilical. We gon' make it grimy, never get behind me. Told you I'm the best, I done said it with my chest. So for real, nobody try me.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up. I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity, you suck. Home made way for a prodigy.
And I say, one for the money and two for the love. We the new era, so whoever may feel they above. Live in delusion, that's an illusion, it's absent. Keep it together, don't act like you didn't know what it was. I'm on a whole nother planet, I'm about to show you. This wouldn't work if we planned it, meaning you won't understand it. We after rings like a Saturn, this feel like splitting an atom. You got involved with the pattern, so now we up and we at 'em. Watch out for my evolution. Around and start a revolution. I am more than a being, I'm an institution. If I gotta reiterate, that's where I'ma lose it. It's my world and I'm generous and let y'all peruse it. How obnoxious, she ain't got a conscience. She's okay with being a little absurd and pompous. That's because I kill it, then stick around just to haunt it. Waiting on my thank you, be grateful that I would even let you watch it.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up. I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity, you suck. Home made way for a prodigy.
Gonna catch your breath for a second. Look at your neighbor and check in. We bout to march, so if you not, get to stepping. I done told you who I am. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I think just be mad because my voice is so decadent. I'm setting a precedent, no mistakes and no accident. We ignoring the standard set cause our lowest is passionate. This alone is a classic hit. I'm a verb amongst adjectives. If the industry full of and my words is a laxative. I'm a maniac on these beats, I'm insane and it's not discreet. I'm enraged because y'all ain't see it. I'm spraying on every street, entertaining, no whack opinion. Who's saying we not elite? I'm over Balenciagas, I'm changing into my cleats. It's go time, it's showtime. I ain't calming down until this place is a ghost town. Tired of the faking, we bringing back Motown. No sparing this go round. I'm taking no prisoners, so prepare for a showdown.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up. I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity, you suck. Home made way for a prodigy. Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big crowds. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up. I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity, you suck. Home made way for a prodigy.
I ain't regular. I ain't regular. I ain't regular.
Yeah. Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this J. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mine. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me, mine. Keep with a real. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a dip. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. HR wanna drop with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, no timeouts. Change up quick, they sign up. Tryna hear my line out. Thinking I'm come find out. 1v1, you dust like a wideout. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass your tryouts. Yeah. Booming this like Metro. Groupies on me, that's fine, don't sweat those. Been on, keeping my head strong. My dog ain't talk about Petco. Brand new ones, they retros. Live fast, die on set, my headstone. Stop been grown. You ain't getting money, been frank in the friend zone. I ain't never switched up on the family. Be talking to that at me. Gotta watch my wrist, that's classy. I'm a dog to a she nasty. Then I'm gone, she me. My mama proud she had me. Can't let nobody surpass me. I moved to the back like an athlete. Got a little buzz, but these zippers on chance me. Just take a look at my rap sheet. Independent, man, these can't stand me. Won't stop till I got me a Grammy, a crib with a leg and a whip for my granny. I ain't never had me no plan B. Look at me now, got a problem, get at me.
Can I talk my?
Come on.
That other side.
The Oakland way.
Hey.
C5.
Can't nobody do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me. I am God and God is me. Dream so big might die in my sleep. And I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss. Remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money. But don't get it twisted, still clocking big digits. On Rodeo, big spending. All the cribs luxury. I can't recall the last time I did dishes, big business. All my deals 6 figures and up. When you get it out the mud, it hit different. Used to sell when the cops came, we hit fences. Now I'm blowing smoke out the country with 2 thick. I'ma take them both back to the penthouse and get. That's how it's supposed to be. Life is beautiful, I'm doing won't believe. Flew out to Colombia and brought me home some. Used to be the underdog, now they book me overseas. And I don't wanna be nobody else, nigga. Do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me. I am God and God is me. Dream so big might die in my sleep, but I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss, remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money. I used to wanna be like Wayne. I used to wanna be like Nip with the Cuban link chain. I used to rap like Jay, trying to make me a name. Now all I do is C5, and I'ma stay in my lane. I could do anything I put my mind to, that's facts. I wanna be a so I start. I like so I went on start flipping packs. I heard the drought 3 and said, dog, I'm a rap. I did that, superseded expectation. I refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. I'm the hottest rapper on the West, let's just face it. So put that pride to the side, then let's get paper. Can't nobody do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me, I am God and God is me. Dream so big might die in my sleep, but I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss, remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money.
Bars. C5. Just incredible. Hunger flow too. It's easy. Incredible.
Southside on the track. Mellow made it right. New drip, I just spent some G's on my attire. These righteous keep on growing, but my jeans getting tighter. I went overseas with the swiper. Bad, no, I never seen nothing like her. I bought for my snipers. Any son moving, make it sing like the choir. Peter got Lindsay Lohan. I need some more bands. I'm a grown man. If you gon' tweet it, ain't no need to tell me how you feel. My whole city catching bees, I'm from the rock for real. Broski turn into a demon when he off them. Ride till I die, hope that Jesus come and dry the wheel. That singing like Clay Aiken. R.I.P. to all my loved ones that ain't make it. Got a bond with the streets and I just can't break it. Run it up, now my safe done turn into my safe haven. Them racks in dark skin, thick. I like the so I named the babe. I'm in it every day. New drip, I just spent some G's on my attire. These righteous keep on growing, but my jeans getting tighter. I went overseas with the swiper. Bad, no, I never seen nothing like her. I bought for my snipers. Any son moving, make it sing like the choir. Peter got Lindsay Lohan. I need some more bands. I'm a grown man.
I can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake, if not the whole thing, at least a little slice. Honestly, I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no ordinary organs in them. I can't afford any synonymy. That's why my flow is like a cinnamon tsunami with the lemongrass. Ooh, ooh. Let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. Ooh, I'ma watch what you gon' do. If you gon' build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce. You throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't got time. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time. I ain't got the goose. Stack with me. Don't come through with bad energy. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time. Yeah. I can show you how to make a lot of cheese. I got the dialect of dairy in my diary. I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I wanna circulate the units in the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. Ooh. So let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, sucker, kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. Ooh, I'm gonna watch what you gonna do. See, if you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce. You throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't got time. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time. I ain't got the goose. Stack with me. Don't come through with bad energy. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time. Yeah, what's good like making? In the making, a young tycoon that's sicker than typhoid and spit like a typhoon to the rain. Live in the streets where the money's hunted by drainages. If it's aimless, ain't a single thing that can change it. I'm changing it. Get your dollar straight and circulate, then gang with it. Aim for your partner, pocket and pop. That's dangerous. If you ain't with it, you throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't got time. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time. I ain't got the goose. Stack with me. Don't come through with bad energy. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time. That's a drip. She in my wrist. That's a freezer. Give me assist. Give me teamwork. Keep it consistent. For the distance.
Say you gon' ride, say you gon' step by me, spin and slide, say you gon' step by me, who gon' step by me, who gon' step by me.
Yeah, told him I would be a boss before I had business. I don't even need nobody here to vouch. I was all alone, so I ain't have a witness. Right back to the lab. Gotta go to work, I'm revving up my engine. I was just putting groceries in the bag. Now wait a minute, yeah, forgot to mention. I'm $100 million richer. Might paint $100 million picture. One man army, but I don't fatigue. Better have 100 million coming with you. Got good karma, so I'm riding fiscal. Hit the crossover, leave them playing Twister. Or they thought that I was just a Now when I'm through, they call me Mister. Stop it. Big wall will suffice. Play with the family, playing with your life. Just got the ops hurt, looking sick. So we gon' disinfect them like a wipe. Had that boy a big cat with no stripes. Now on the gram, ain't worried about a light. Yeah, I had to go ahead and raise the fee. If you ain't rocking with it, take a hike.
Say you gon' ride. Say you gon' step by me. Spin and slide. Say you gon' step by me. Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me? Say you gon' ride. Is he gon' step by me? Can't do it back, keep racks on me. Name him with, I keep 3 on me. Oh, so you riding. I can do everything that you gon' like. Young, rich, and famous, I'm living the life. Pull up in that new thing. When I'm swerving and hogging up both lanes. You know I'm in the mood. After I score, I'ma bring it to you. They're a free agent, I give him the boo. I'm with the crew, who we bringing it to. We got no limit, yeah, we on the ride. We all gon' step, we all gon' ride. Say you gon' ride. Say you gon' step by me. Spin and slide. Say you gon' step by me. Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me?
Every time I'ma step with the steppers. Black and white beans looking like pepper. Flawless diamonds, yeah, I'm good under pressure. 400 racks tucked in the dresser. Blowing money fast like Big Meech. Thinking that they winning, big reach. They know I'm the best, I'm elite. I know when they hating is instinct.
Say you gon' ride. Say you gon' step by me. Spin and slide. Say you gon' step by me. Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me?
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. My crown way too white to be shooting in the odds. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And that you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only one Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, wanna everything that I can. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
but won't step, you know. Every time he sell me, that's funk, hello. Bling, bling, blow, mad, I'm like, wow, what did I do now? Don't you get me, okay? I might pull a ticket out of my account, okay? Just to show you how to count, okay? Newest, don't compare me to these, they don't do enough. They can't walk it in my shoes because I'm booted up. I got opposition showing me computer love. Run inside the club, I got no worries today. I get paid to party on a permanent base. That's true. Only time we link is meet and greet. On and off the jet, cause I got places to be. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay, alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile unless it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. For them, that's because I'm standing on business. I deserve the flex and I have God as my witness. Police tried to slow me down, but they couldn't stop it. I got platinum plaques like I got cars in my wallet. I got millions. Got the fuck inside my bag and out my feelings. Got a couple carbon copies, I got children. Only that's around me's my Brazilian. Moving militant, no regular civilian. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile unless it costs a couple thousands of millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile unless it costs a couple thousands of millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me